So what I'm working on here is doubles drill. This is a great drill to assess your grip and to work on grip issues. One of the helpful things to do is to set up a camera like this at this angle and record in slow motion. And that way you can see what the gun is doing inside your hands and making sure that the gun is not moving inside your hands, indicating that you have a nice tight grip. But then also you can see if you're dipping the gun in anticipation or before that first shot, or you're over returning the gun, things of that nature. As far as another assessment tip is to look at the dot or your sights. Your sights should consistently move in the same way every time. That doesn't mean that your dot should move straight up and down. Mine moves this way. What it does mean is that when it moves that way, it should be predictable. It should be consistent. What that indicates is that your grip is consistent. When it's doing this all over the place, it means that every time you fire, you have different pressures on the gun, which means that your grip is changing. You don't want that. So for me, I use the same grip that almost everybody uses. Nothing special, but I'll go over it. High up, my strong hand is high up on the grip, right? Beaver tail is, I feel the beaver tail on the web of my hand here. The other thing is here, I feel the pressure of the underside of the trigger guard on my middle finger. Those are cues that I know that my grip is right. As far as the support hand, here, I have this nice space here, and I just fill that entire space with my support hand. And then the actual, again, my finger is way up against the bottom of the trigger guard. So again, those are cues, like tactile cues, that I want to feel when I'm shooting that tells me I have a proper grip. The other thing too, as far as grip pressures, with my strong hand, I'm basically holding the gun where if I were to shoot single hand, like with one hand only, strong hand only, the gun is not really moving inside of my grip. It's going to recoil, but it's not moving inside of my grip. That doesn't require a lot of grip strength. Now with my support hand, this is where I'm crushing. And I'm basically, what I like to do is feel, like you can see there, you can see the texture of the grip has imprinted in the back of the palm of my hand. Like I'm pushing up against this back strap. But I'm crushing the gun with my support hand. Now, when you review the video, if you have a nice tight grip in the gun, you will not see the gun doing this, like where it's separating from your hand. So it should move as a full unit. You don't necessarily, doesn't matter how much it moves, as long as it's not moving inside of your hands. Because if it's moving inside of your hands, again, that's where you're going to start seeing that unpredictability in the dot. So I'm probably at about roughly 7 yards here, and I'm firing that second shot as fast as I can. And my splits are 16, 17 splits. Now, a couple of the shots I dipped low, and it was the second shot, and I felt myself kind of just tensing up and driving the gun down. And it's not flinching. What I'm doing is, on the second shot, I'm trying to muscle the gun out of recoil to get it back down sooner. And I'm overdoing it, and the gun is going low. But aside from that, most of the shots, and I'll show you, the rest of the shots were, like, I had a couple of groups when I paid attention of what was going on and I made adjustments where they were stacking. So you can see here, that's pretty good. So this is what I'm talking about, where I overdrove the gun on the second shot. But again, that's doubles. Definitely a good drill to work, like I said, to work on grip, assess your grip, see what's going on, and then test adjustments that you do. And that's the key, right? So as you're shooting and you're seeing weird things with either the patterns of the shots on the target or things that you're seeing with the gun in your hands, just adjust your grip. Adjust it, do some more doubles, and see how that adjustment plays out with the hits on target. All right, thanks guys.